Good evening, Doctor. I believe we're going to be working together.
Dr. Reed, I am
What did it with... So you...
Doctor. You're not... What? This...
What can... Well... You
I'm...
question... Did well, do you...
Oh, no.
I see. Tell me more about your willingness to experiment with new medical techniques.
Harvey Fiddick is a patient suffering from a severe injury that...
What is it you really want?
Fair question. I want nothing but to save...
This...
I agree. But that does not excuse Dr. Ackroyd.
Do you think keeping his distance was a mistake?
All I know is that I'm taking care of human beings.
Tell me, Mr. Fiddick.
Our first diagnosis was compromised because Mr. Fiddick lied to us.
But why would he hide such crucial information?
Because he is a proud father, ashamed of putting his children at risk because of his own negligence.
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland. Good evening, Dr. Strickland.
And good evening to you, Dr. Reed. Can I be of any help?
Do you need my medical attention?
I would have been confused if anyone other...
There is no shame in helping each other.
Many doctors I have known are too cynical to think that.
Do you need my medical attention, dear colleague?
You don't have to worry about...
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland. I cannot enter.
Damn it. Blaming me will not further your agenda, sir. How long's it going to take to fix me properly? A month? A year? You have the right to disapprove of our methods, and you will kindly apologize when you're feeling better.
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
Do you need medical help yourself?
I'm afraid I've contracted...
Not under my watch, Nurse.
Thank you, Dr. Reed.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
I wonder why the Goswicks came here in the first place.
Good evening, Doctor. How is my son doing?
Do you require
Do you know your...
Despite...
Well, at least your...
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick.
I'm all right.
Good evening, Milton.
Good.
How is the situation?
You want it?
Are you really smuggling weapons?
And why not? I've already been
But you're not defending yourself.
You keep people...
So what do you do exactly in this hospital?
I've been an ambulance driver. Yesterday I got attacked by the patient I was bringing here. I escaped through the hospital's garden, but I lost my wallet when I was running.
You left an infected patient outside the hospital. That's incredibly dangerous.
Go there yourself if you want, but be careful, Doctor. I'd rather not bring your dead body back.
Since you're on the front line, how is the sanitary situation in this vicinity?
It's a
Do you need any medical help, Milton?
I'm afraid
Our job brings us into...
That's easy.
Goodbye, Milton.
Another night.
I would ask you to avert your eyes, sir. Or did you not know it was rude to stare?
I knew it.
Speak up, Dr. Reed. I like a man who speaks his mind.
You killed him. He trusted you. And you killed him.
Spare me your sarcasm, Jonathan. You are but newly born in this world.
No need to apologize, my lady. I know exactly what you endure.
The situation is somewhat awkward nonetheless. I have not been observed sustaining myself for many decades. I have to say I'm a trifle embarrassed.
Anyway, I have concluded my inquiries concerning your blackmailer.
I see. Please excuse my agitated state. Under normal circumstances, I wouldn't let anyone see me in this condition.
I must confess I have not put an end to the blackmail, my lady. Unfortunately, I could not bring myself to do it.
I'm so disappointed in you, Jonathan. I didn't expect this from you.
Lady Ashbury, you yourself admitted how ridiculous the sum of money was. I can assure you, it was all used for charitable ends.
Well, you are full of surprises, aren't you, Jonathan? All right, say I trust you, but you will still pay the ransom. That is only fair. After all, it was you who failed to bring this problem to a satisfactory conclusion.
I believe I could agree to that.
And since a lady always keeps her promises, I will now answer any questions you may have.
I've been hearing a voice talking in my head. Is this some kind of insanity? It feels like the voice of the vampire that created me.
Hush. Tell no one this. It would be unwise to talk of such things amongst British immortals. Speak no more of your maker.
Excuse my forwardness, but... are you my maker?
Me? Goodness, no. Only a foolish immortal would create a progeny without taking precaution, and I'm no fool.
How could this cause offense?
Only the powerful immortals can mentally call to their progeny. No vampire or hunter will sleep easy, knowing that an unidentified elder is stalking the streets of London.
A vampire? Is that what I am? What we are?
Such a crude word, defined by penny dreadfuls and drunken hacks. No. You are now an Ekon, and that you shall remain.
So we are Ekons. How can I identify us amongst other vampires?
How to put it? All Ekon are vampires. But all vampires are not Ekon. We are but a branch of the immortal tree.
Are you an Ekon too?
Yes, I am. We are the closest thing to what man refers to as vampires. Forget what you think you know about us.
I don't understand. Why was I created and then left for dead?
That is a question only the one who made you can answer. It's not normal practice. I doubt even if you find him, he will answer you, considering how cruelly he treated you.
So me being a vampire could have been a mistake.
I very much doubt it, Jonathan. Contrary to the legends, it is not as simple to make another vampire by just biting someone.
I'd like to avoid creating another vampire by mistake anyway. Tell me, how is it done?
The process is dangerous. It could even kill your potential progeny. If you did decide to sire an offspring, they must drink of your blood, Jonathan.
Why does Dr. Swansea allow you to feed on the patients of the hospital?
Dr. Swansea is a good and compassionate man. He is trying to find a solution for our hunger. Until that happens, he is clever enough to understand that I only feed upon the dying.
And no one suspected you of the murders?
As you well know, suspicion has recently fallen on me of killing for pleasure. But you have my word, Jonathan. I take no pleasure in taking a life.
What do you know about this Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole?
The Brotherhood is well known amongst London vampire society. As long as our kind is discreet, and as long as they do not interfere.
Why did you save me in the canning factory?
I could hardly stand by and watch such a promising young blood as yourself be torn to shreds by some gutter scowl.
What type of vampire is a Skull?
Not a true vampire. The deformed offspring of lesser vampires. It is a shame these creatures run wild, slaves to their baser instincts.
William Bishop wasn't the vampire that created me then?
No, Jonathan. Whatever their strength and demeanor, Skulls are the progeny of careless vampires. It cannot be the other way round.
I know this is beyond the pale, but may I inquire your age?
Really? And I thought you were gentlemen. If you must know, I'm 27. I've been 27 for a long time now, and 27 I shall remain.
And who bestowed upon you this eternal youth?
My maker. He left this isle a long time ago.
Very well. But I believe there is more to this than you are saying.
A lady has to have some secrets.
I've been away from London and England for 3 years. This isn't the city I remember.
Things have gone from bad to worse here, Jonathan. I've lived in this city for a...
The Spanish flu has hit London that bad.
Yes, but it's not just that. I've heard things. Things I've not heard for a very, very long time. There are whispers in the shadows. Something far worse than the Spanish flu is here in the city.
What is it you fear?
Fear has long since flown this form. But there is something malevolent circling us. I feel fear is merely waiting in the wings.
When I awoke, changed, I was chased and attacked by vampire hunters. Prepared and well-trained.
Though I can't be certain. More than likely, it was the once glorious Guard of Priwen.
You make them sound like some sort of cult.
More a society. And like all the best ones, a secret society. I thought them almost gone. But it seemed they have been recruiting.
Once glorious, but still dangerous.
They have seen better days. But all fanatics are dangerous. You would be wise to stay clear. They are sworn to destroy our kind.
Are there many vampires here in London?
Immortals are of a rare breed, and we often tend to hide. But you may occasionally meet some of us at night.
Will they all be as affable as you, my lady?
I do not see why not. But remember, even the shark smiles before he bites.
That sounds like a lesson from experience.
Vampire politics are as intricate and sometimes tedious as a game of chess in a gentleman's club. I've learned from experience it is best to decline to play.
Do you know any of them? Have you an idea of the identity of the vampire who attacked me?
You mean your maker? No, Jonathan, I have no clue. But I fear he or she is as careless as cruel. To let you discover your new condition by yourself.
What do you mean?
Every now and then, you may discover an immortal in the deep of the night. But we are a rare and reclusive breed. Our progeny is almost never accidental.
I bid you farewell, for now, my lady. I must quickly analyze the blood I took from Nurse Crane's patient. Razvan Vasily was infected by Spanish flu, but also has the highly unstable blood of the Scowls. Is the London vampire epidemic transmitted through the flu? I should talk to Dr. Swansea about it. It's locked. I cannot enter. Evening, Edgar.
Please speak.
This strain of flu.
Really? What?
I've just looked at the blood of one of our recently deceased.
I see. Do you have anything more to go on?
This disease spreads and looks like the Spanish flu, but its effects differ greatly. The London strain is different from the continental one.
This is very interesting. Did you find something else?
Yes. Unlike the flu, the infected begin to show an increase in outwardly aggressive behavior. More than simple agitation. Once docile people become violent.
You mean like rabies? Is there a chance we could create a vaccine, Jonathan, like Pasteur? By the stove, that would be smashing.
There's a lot we're not seeing here. But it is spreading, and quickly. If we don't act, the whole city could be lost.
But Jonathan, we've a fantastic opportunity sitting right here in front of us.
What on earth do you mean?
Why, you, my dear boy. With your expertise...
I admit it did occur to me. Blood seems...
I totally agree. We're in
We'll discuss this more later.
No, thank you, Jonathan. But as I said, I needed to talk to you. I have some rather bad news.
Yes?
I'm afraid it's your sister.
My sister?
She's to be buried this evening at Whitechapel Cemetery. Your mother published the obituary this morning.
I see.
I'm sorry, Jonathan. Please accept my condolences.
I never thought I would have to attend my murdered sister's funeral. Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor. Still trying to save lives?
Dear sister, I don't know if I have the strength. Since I can't reveal myself to my mother now, I must find a discreet spot to attend the ceremony.
I am the resurrection and the life. He that believeth in me, though he were dead, yet shall he live. And whosoever liveth and believeth in me shall never die. We commend unto thy hands of mercy, most merciful Father, the soul of our sister departed, and we commit her body to the ground. Earth to earth, ashes to ashes, dust to dust.
Why kill my Mary and stick her here in this cold, god-awful place?
These are the legal requirements for the epidemic, madam.
Oh, Avery, I feel so tired. Please take me home.
Yes, madam.
Oh, Mary. What have I done? If I could only change one thing. One thing. This is a nightmare.
Jonathan, there is nothing you can do but accept it.
what brings you here?
I thought you could use the company. I am so sorry for your loss, Jonathan.
I wish the tears would come. But I'm empty. And I feel a hypocrite.
Let your pain run free, Jonathan. Don't smother it. What you feel is your humanity. Don't be so quick to lose it.
She had been scouring the most dangerous parts of London in search of me. And it led to her death.
Jonathan, don't.
I still hear her last thoughts. They echo in my head. Her mind shattered, and it haunts me.
Jonathan, stop. Listen carefully. You must come to terms with this. You must learn to live with what happened.
I'm learning. Every night is a new lesson. What I am, what I must do to survive. But my sister, she shouldn't have suffered because of my weakness.
Don't you see? You're doing the work of our enemies, feeding your remorse. We are weakest when we grieve, and the guilt blurs our senses.
And so this is why you're here. To warn me. You've felt this pain yourself. You too have endured this.
I don't want to lose you, Jonathan. I've lost so many friends. Loved ones I cherished. Pray for Mary's forgiveness, if you must.
I'm not a religious man. You should know that.
This is not about you forgiving yourself. This is for her. This is you telling Mary how sorry you are.
What should I do then?
St. Mary's Church is not far from here. Go there and make your peace. Find the solace you need.
My lady wants me to confess.
No, Jonathan. It's you who wants to confess, I think.
And off to church he goes, a newborn seeking divine consent to lick the blood from the soft and pointy crown.
Who are you? Make yourself known.
Newborn, you reek of guilt and pointless compassion. Shed your skin, forget your old weaker self.
What do you want from me?
Ascalon does not approve of lone wolves who bring unwanted eyes to our pastures.
So your name is Ascalon?
Ascalon's will is vampire law. Learn them, abide by them, or I shall return as your judge and jury.
These immortals try my patience with their plans and unsolicited counsel.
What is it that you want?
I'm sorry to disturb you at such a late hour.
No worries, my son. I'm still quite awake, having just returned from a funeral.
Yes, I know. I've forgotten what I wanted. I don't know.
May I help you, child? You seem somewhat perturbed.
I haven't the strength to cross the threshold. I wish to pray, to cleanse my soul.
The church is shut by order of the bishop. But I'm still the vicar of St. Mary's, if that is any use to you, my son.
Take no offense, Vicar. I seek just a moment in nothing but my own company.
There are no secrets from God, my son. If your heart needs comfort, consider me your chapel. For I can be as silent as stone.
I've made myself perfectly clear. This is a private matter.
Your eyes burn with rage, yet I see the pain that lies beyond. I am here to lighten the burden of all God's creatures. Whatever you tell me is between us and the Lord.
Very well, priest, as you seem quite adamant.
Open your heart, my son. Tell me what burdens you. With whom do you wish to speak?
She was my sister.
You seem so troubled by the loss of this girl. What happened to her?
She was murdered.
I see. And how are you feeling, my son?
She died because of me. How do you think I feel?
I have a final question for you, my son. This is of the utmost importance.
Ask your question, Vicar.
What words would you like to say to your poor sister?
I killed you. There's no excuse. My dear Mary, forgive me.
You have been heard, my son, and your burden will lighten if your words are sincere. Go in peace now, and live your life in the way she would have wanted.
There. I confessed to that vicar. Do I feel better? Only time will tell.
Over there! There's one of them. Watch yourselves.
Murderous bastard!
fear be gone. I would harm no child of my making.
This is your doing. You made me. Made me this creature. What are you?
I am the land. You are our champion.
You selected me. Chose me.
As shall my children yet to come.
What is it you seek?
This age is sickly. An ancient poison, an older rage, brewed in a cauldron newly formed.
I've had enough of others making decisions for me, pretending to know how I should feel or behave. So the vampire who made me is some sort of disembodied entity? Or was he just projecting this vision in my mind? Maybe Edgar can help me with this one.
God protect us. You've got a leech in the hospital.
Yes, my hospital. My mission is to heal while you go about warring.
You've set the table for a snake. I wonder why there's venom in your food.
I'm growing tired of your song. You're a woodsman, McCullum, not a doctor. Return to your hunt.
Remember, I've a good nose for machinations. I can flare the scent at a mile. You can't hide from the god.
Leave him, Jonathan. This is sacred ground. Neutral territory. And I just had the carpet cleaned. By the sacred stole, this is very bad news. Bad news indeed.
What happened?
The hospital has been attacked. We have injured patients, at least one dead and several missing. This has spiraled out of control. Even the most infirm are asking to be allowed to return home.
We cannot have the people lose faith in this institution. This hospital is their only hope.
Of course, you're right. But we cannot afford a public scandal. It would ruin us. We must restore order, and quickly.
You mentioned the dead patient. Who is he?
She, Jonathan. She was Miss Harriet Jones. I found her room like a slaughterhouse. Blood everywhere. The duty nurse is taking care of the mess.
Very well. I'll help you.
Jonathan, please. I can't rely on anyone else. And this concerns you as it involves vampires. Someone has taken advantage of our more liberal tendencies here.
In what way?
Jonathan, I may turn my head when you or her ladyship indulge, but I will not allow this place to become a nest for street feeders.
Please then, tell me.
Sean Hampton, the man we thought we'd saved at the docks. It seems he was infected after all.
So Hampton became more beast than man.
Exactly. And now Guard of Prewen suspects the hospital of vampire activity. Do you realize what that could mean for us?
Rest assured, I will protect you and your staff.
McCullum is a fanatic. The Guard will stop at nothing. You don't know what they're capable of, Jonathan.
Very well. Since I brought Mr. Hampton here, I will put an end to this. Sean Hampton lives and breathes for the well-being of his flock. There's no other place he would go but the docks.
It seems the Priwen are redoubling their patrols in the district. I must be more careful. It's locked, all right.
Fear no evil! We do the Lord's work here!
Die, vermin! Filthy piece of shit! See them fancy clothes? This one's It ain't human! Stupid beast!
Not a drop of blood left in his body. This is the work of a vampire.
A vampire? Whatever do you mean?
I'm a tracker of these creatures. A vampire hunter.
You'd best be off to your hunting then. For if the sewer dog is back, and hunting all these poor folk, he needs a catching.
A sewer dog? What's it look like?
It's an old story. A monster with daggers for teeth and icy claws. He comes of a sudden, nighttime, claiming innocence, then vanishes.
Teeth, claws, murders by night? Your sewer dog is my business. He's the kind of prey I hunt, milady. Good evening, sir.
And what do you...
My name...
A vampire?
I know what...
Mr...
A man...
I'm looking for Sean Hampton. Can you help me, Mr. Throgmorton?
The sad saint? He should be at his night asylum at this hour. But I cannot tell you how to find it, sorry.
Really? Why is that?
It's nothing personal, Doctor. I'm sure your intentions are good, but people who sleep there... they have plenty of reasons to hide.
I could make you tell me, but I respect your refusal. You really believe Sean is a saint, don't you?
All I will say is this. Gossip has it that when he was a child, he was molested. By a priest of all people. Funny thing is, though, it only strengthened his faith.
Maybe at least you can tell me who could help me find him.
Tell you what,
Go and chat with Tom Watts. He's a bartender and good judge of character. If he talks to you, then it's fine by me.
Have you heard of the...
Of course. They're dedicated hunt.
Were you ever tempted to join the Guard yourself?
I did think about it, but I'm more of a silent hunter. They're more of a sanitary militia.
So you hunt alone? That sounds risky.
Vampires are just like every other predator. They hunt when they're hungry and follow certain patterns. It's just a matter of...
What can you tell me about this neighborhood? It's impossible to...
But it's my duty. I am convinced Jack Gillingham was...
So, how exactly are you protecting?
I patrol late at night.
How do you...
It's simple, really. They can't stand daylight. They're afraid of garlic and holy symbols. They also cannot enter a house without being invited.
Have you ever killed one of these creatures? Yourself, I mean.
Of course I have. What kind of question is that? It's a dirty business, believe me.
Can I help in any way?
Actually, yes. I plan to put up posters to alert the population.
Are you asking me to paste posters about vampires?
If you wouldn't mind. If you did that, then I can focus on...
Goodbye, and good hunting, Mr. Throckmorton. Good evening, sir.
Whatever.
Don't you recognize me? We met a few nights ago.
Don't take it personally. I spent a lot of energy forgetting what I did the night before.
Yes, you had...
I'm Dyson Delaney.
Inebriation aside...
Yes, I feel...
Take this, then.
Hey, Doc, you don't really want me to stop the only remedy I can afford.
What do you do?
I drink. I drink in the morning and at noon. I drink at night. And then I drink some more.
Why do you drink so much?
Maybe it's because I prefer dying slowly. Death...
You sound very sad, sir.
That's because I am, Doc.
Don't you work at all?
I'd love to, but I don't have the time. Didn't I tell you?
Is there anything in particular that you like about this part of town? Except for the cheap drinks, I mean.
How dare you say such a thing?
No reason at...
Let me tell you a story.
All right. Go on.
A few years ago, when I believed a resolute man could change things around here for good, a tragedy occurred nearby.
What kind of tragedy?
It was a bomb. Bomb that exploded and killed many people. Metal and blood everywhere. Shouts, fire, broken window of the shoe shop. Light.
You lost people you loved that day, didn't you?
I've lost everything. But you know what the worst part is? I don't even remember where it happened. I've drunk so much to forget it. And now I can't remember where it was. I can't pay my homage to the dead.
I'm sorry, Mr. Delaney.
It's okay. If you ever find...
Is there anything in...
How dare you?
Why are you so...
Cynicism is the polite...
No
Let me tell you a story.
Another time, perhaps. Surely...
Sure. I wanted things to change. To really change.
Do you really think the world is...
No. I believe we all can choose to make it better.
Sounds like you were an idealist, which is honorable.
No, sir. I was an anarchist and I believed that exclusive
I want to know more about your past as an anarchist, Dyson.
I'm still an anarchist, Doctor. Make no mistake. I just
Do you believe in a bloodless?
I do not believe in much anymore, Doctor. But I'll admit I like your...
Do you still see your comrades, then? Even if you don't agree with their methods anymore, I mean.
No. I hope they'll come to share my point of view one day.
I'm looking for Mr. Sean Hampton.
I really don't know. I heard he'd been abducted. I don't know...
Who could tell me, then?
About the sad saint. I'll try asking Tom what's about.
Goodbye, Mr. Delaney.
He didn't deserve this.
Good evening, Tom.
Good evening, sir. How are you tonight? Back to the docks, are we?
You remember me, then?
Of course I do. You're that man who seemed so lost when he entered my bar a few nights ago.
Thank you for your hospitality. I'm Jonathan Reed, by the way.
I'm still Tom Watts. Welcome back, Doctor.
What can you tell me about...
It's not that bad. Thanks to people like the sad saint of the East End.
Who?
Sean Hampton.
How is it you can keep this place open?
Well, since everybody needs a drink, my pub is
Since I'm here, is there anything I can do?
Perhaps, Doctor. Peace partly depends on my stock of gin.
How could a physician help you in this matter?
I have a small warehouse just past the quarry.
Doctors aren't immune to disease, you know. Very well.
Oh, thank you, sir. Here's the key to get in.
I see. So you get pressure from all sides about how this place should be...
Something like that. Nothing that a few wise words and a bottle of...
You're something of a figurehead around here.
I'm only pouring alcohol for everyone to forget their troubles. Sean Hampton is the one giving them long...
Tom, I need to find Sean Hampton as quickly as possible.
I heard the sad saint was recovering at Pembroke Hospital.
I believe he returned to his flock.
Oh, I bet you're right. Sean can't help but worry about the poor...
Please, tell me.
Well, I don't like to gossip, but I heard that the sad saint was...
The important thing is I find him, quickly.
Why not try his night asylum? He takes care of those who need a meal or a roof there.
Where is it? Where is it?
It's in an old warehouse, northwest of here. Just follow the bank to...
Goodbye, Mr. Watts.
Welcome back, Doctor.
Goodbye, Mr. Watts.
Times like these, a good drink's just as likely to cause a problem as to solve one.
Are they stupid or something?
It's a good thing you cannot see me now, Mum.
Evening, miss.
Well, I never...
I'm much...
Welcome back to...
This place seems... how shall I put it? Very colourful. I'm sure it has plenty of stories to tell.
We get people of all sorts here. It's that rare place in the docks where you can have a drink without being murdered. At least it's not happened yet.
Your boss must be quite the negotiator to force such an agreement.
Yeah. Tom's a great bloke. Mr. Hampton, who runs the night asylum, he's the only other man that's able to keep peace around here.
So this bar is neutral territory, then?
Yeah. Tom's convinced this is something the locals need. No one ever draws a weapon here. That's one of the reasons I accepted the job.
What can you tell me about this area?
People don't appreciate that line of questioning round.
You look concerned, Miss Kevin.
This is a bad borough. Most people I know are afraid. Most locals will rob...
If you're uncertain about your safety here...
I got responsibilities. And it's not like I got the money to move anywhere else anyway.
Excuse my curiosity, but where exactly are you from, Miss Cavendish?
Something bothering you? What, my name?
Believe me, I never judge someone on their place of birth, or...
If that's true, you'd be one of the few not to make fun of me.
I'm sorry if I worried you. I was just curious to find out if you know this part of town well.
Nosy. My dad was a sailor from Bombay, and my mum was a maid born up in Glasgow. They got married in London. And here I am.
Miss Cavendish, would you be willing to help me locate Sean Hampton?
You better ask Tom, sir.
Why not answer me directly?
We respect the privacy of our customers here, sir. Only Tom can decide who to...
Goodbye, Miss Cavendish.
Vampire, then?
I can't say, but whatever did this carefully avoided the arteries.
Seems like the guard of Priwen is on Sean Hampton's side, too.
Perfect for your mate! I hear you. Burn it, boys! Die, vermin!
The wounds on this corpse are deep, the result of rabid rage. If this is Sean's doing, he's become a murderous beast.
slaughter, boys!
Over there! There's one of them vermin!
I know I promised you I'd make everything right now, but it's not been that simple.
Good evening,
A fancy...
And what about...
You want to know my secret?
Is it not dangerous?
As long as I have good legs, I can run away from...
Are you homeless, Miss?
Mr. Hampton's night asylum.
What can you tell me about...
It's just the nickname of Sean Hampton.
What can you tell me about...
It may be okay for a strong girl like me, but a dandy...
You really think I...
No. I think you had better stay and help as many people as you can.
Which local...
Well, the gangs, the thieves, the...
Well, I am not someone so easily intimidated.
Glad to hear that. And if you get into trouble, you can always see...
I'm looking for Sean...
Mr. Hampton must be in his office at the night asylum he manages.
He was a patient of mine at the Pembroke Hospital.
I see. Well, Mr. Hampton is a discreet and dedicated man.
Goodbye, Miss Paxton.
This
Your kind's
scene
not welcome
worries
here.
me. Sean knows something about him.
It's locked.
This Seymour worries me.
Yeah, people are still working at this time, while you're on.
Good evening, miss.
Good evening.
Have we met?
No.
That's quite judgmental.
Sir, I've led enough
May I ask what you do?
I'm killing myself scraping for a living.
As I told you, I'm a doctor.
Oh, a doctor. Born with money in a nice house, were we?
Why such hatred? Are you judging me by my clothes?
Of course I am. Fuck, you're so blind. You don't even see...
What can you tell me about this vicinity?
Tell you what, just spend a few weeks here, and then ask me that question.
If you have something to say, say it.
Oh. You want information instead? Well, here's some for...
You don't know me, Miss Paxton, and yet you see me...
Your manners, your clothes, your words, tell me everything.
Oh no, Miss Paxton, you really don't know my kind. You haven't...
All right, okay. No need...
You speak of strikes and class enemy. Am I right to assume you're in...
You bet I am. Well, I was. Nowadays, I'm just a...
You lost your job because of your beliefs.
Those bastards really hate a worker who refuses slap...
Isn't the whole point of trade unions to help workers in need?
A few nights back, I lost the money my companions had asked me to hide.
What really happened?
I drank too much that night.
I'm looking for Sean Hampton.
What is it you want? Does he owe you money? Has he displeased your Royal Highness?
It's locked, all right. It's locked.
Yeah, people are still working at this time, while you're lot slurping soup. Your kind's not welcome here, sir.
Come now, Lottie. There is still much work to do.
Glad to see you again.
Lottie, tell me about the Wet Boot Boys.
Edwina Cox wanted me to provide her with information about...
Is that not dangerous?
Fuck them and their lies. They claim they protect...
Are you sure you're not confusing...
Don't try subtle wordplay with me, Dr. Reed.
Goodbye, Miss Paxton.
why the long face, Doctor?
How dare you welcome me as if everything is the same? We both know things.
I'm still me in here, just more alive, as a Skal. It's a new beginning, Doctor. So ask what you will. As the Lord is my shepherd.
Why return here?
This is my home. These people are my flock.
Wonders never cease. Skal.
And what of you? A vampire doctor? Meals laid out before you.
And what about William Bishop? He tried to
Alas, poor William. He had a good soul, but was weak in spirit.
Aren't you afraid of what you've...
We are blessed, Doctor. Can't you see it? The Lord has made us able to walk among...
Do you think this is a blessing when God's own house and...
If that is your burden, Doctor, so be it.
But you must drink blood now to survive.
No, not your scripture. Whoso eateth my flesh and drinketh my...
Why did you kill Miss Jones at the Pembroke?
Killed old Harriet? You must be mad, Doctor.
But you were close to her.
Of course. But she was lost. Separated.
So you claim Miss Jones' death was not by your hand?
Though Harriet was an angry, spiteful woman, she was one of God's creatures.
People have been murdered. I've seen the blood.
Have a little faith, Doctor. If you will follow, I will guide you to...
How do you plan to do that?
Take this key of the old sewers. The entrance...
Very well. You have definitely intrigued me. I hope you're right.
I'll be here when you return. If you still think I'm a threat then...
I shall fear no evil.
Leech spotted! Watch out!
He's a killer!
Killing's all you deserve.
He's dead!
I'll kill you.
Take your breath away!
Take its head. I'll kill it. Want some of this? Die,
This could be the public house Giselle Paxton mentioned. I should investigate further. It's locked, all right. That doesn't work. That doesn't work. There must be a way to control the water level in this reservoir. I need to find a wheel. So that's it. These wheels control the water level. should shut properly.
These maggots have escaped the wrath of Ascalon for too long. It is time to purge the sewers of their filth.
You again! The one they call the sewer dog.
Hold your tongue, newborn, or I'll crush you like a maggot.
You've let the beast consume you.
Finally! A touch of lucidity. Learn to respect the laws of Ascalon! Once you vanished, I'll slaughter these skulls while singing your name! You found your death in me! I shall snap like a hair's brittle. I shall tear the flight and smell my blood to the pissing wa-
It's locked. At least one skull escaped Virgil's wrath. cannot enter.
Safe we are, still. Drink now.
Bless you, Bridget.
This isn't the blood of a vampire, but it will quench your thirst.
This is our domain, not yours. You've been warned.
Wait, I saved you from this creature. That must count for something.
Thank you. Now go. Go back to the streets and houses.
So you're the sewer dog I've been told about.
If you must know, they call me Old Bridget. And this...
I'm Jonathan Reed. I'm a newborn Ekon. I'm afraid I'm not sure.
I shall not bend a knee, young Ekon. But I sense your pain.
Why was that creature after you?
Fergal is the blunt instrument of the Ascalon Club. His master's...
What of this Ascalon Club?
Vampire Society's elite in the Empire.
What the hell was that thing? He wasn't an Ekon or a Scow.
They are known as Volkod, an ancient offshoot of immortals. Blood drives them, enrages them.
So was it you that Sean Hampton...
Perhaps. The sad saint was always kind to us. He must trust...
Sean is a Scow. All those I've encountered have been violent, crazed...
Maybe because he is the sad saint. Or perhaps...
Sean killed a patient of mine. And that's just one of the murders.
If you refer to Harriet, she is now among us and under our...
Harriet Jones is alive. That's it. That's the proof Sean wanted me to find.
No. Harriet is not alive. But you can...
I don't understand.
She is filled with bile and hate. Her mind is...
Thank you. I will bear that in mind. Hello, Harriet. Do you recognize me?
Yes, you were from the Pembroke Hospital.
I've so many questions I need to ask you, Harriet.
I love questions. As for the answers,
I have a question of the utmost importance to ask. Will you answer?
Questions, questions, questions.
Do you remember what you did after leaving the hospital?
First, a question from me. You answer.
Very well, then. What do you want to know?
Are you like me?
We are not dead, Harriet. Death no longer
I like what I am. I truly do. I relish the pain that courses through...
I know you fled the hospital with Sean Hampton. Did you or Sean kill anyone?
I will not lie. I wanted blood, and I wanted revenge, and Sean pulled me...
Who was that man? The one murdered in the street?
He used to be my landlord. I lived here for many years.
You sought vengeance by your own hand, and someone else...
I don't lie. I saw him near the docks. And rightly I wished him dead.
Shadows? Tell me.
The shadows. They heard me and answered. Something in the...
And these shadows, this presence, do you still hear it?
It spoke only to me. And now it is silent. But it is born.
What makes you say that?
It whispered your name, Dr. Reed. It wanted to know who you were and where you went.
Questions about me? What did you say?
Nothing, Doctor. I said nothing. There was nothing it didn't already.
Have you found the answers you were looking for, young Ekon?
There is too much left unanswered. So many
Get to know us. Spend time with us. And I may be willing to answer more questions.
For how long have you been in
Skulls have been hiding under London since vampires first entered the
Where did you hide before the sewer?
We claimed ancient tunnels, forgotten caverns,
Why do you live here, amongst the filth and vermin?
Live. Here we
What are you hiding?
From the guilt, the shame, from the hunt.
Why don't you leave the city? Hide somewhere far from the
We are the sewer skulls. This is our domain. We have run as far.
Your diction, your words. You do not carry yourself like...
True. I'm not like most.
You were once someone else.
It is as sad as it is long, young Ekon. But it will remain.
Can I be of service to you?
We ask but one thing. Reveal to no one our secrets.
What manner of creature is Harriet? She is different from...
I really don't know. I'm not even certain she is a skull. I've no idea...
What is a skull, in fact? In your honor?
The progeny of a vampire. Disavowed by...
You mentioned that vampire blood has tremendous potency. You...
The vampire's sweet blood. That rich, dark wine that we...
I thank you for your time, madam. I must go back to Sean.
Your kindness has been ample payment, Ekon. To protect us, I'll close...
Thank you, old Bridget. I hope we'll meet again.
Your spell is enticing. So sweet of blood. Your spell is enticing. So sweet of blood. Old Bridget says you are one to trust. eternal gratitude for your protection, Master.
It's locked. I cannot enter. It's locked.
Welcome back, Dr. Reed. Would you like to take communion with me now?
Sean, are you eating raw flesh?
It is the sacred flesh of the mortal lamb. Our Lord's bountiful transmutation for the sustenance of his believers. Thank you, Lord. I am your most humble servant.
So, true to your word, you waited for my return.
I told you, Dr. Reed, I was a man to be trusted. Did you have words with the poor Harriet?
You're harboring monsters under the beds of your clients. That takes some nerve.
We are God.
Harriet, Miss Jones, has been behaved.
That's precisely the reason I brought her here.
Harriet is possessed by her hatred. You cannot let her roam.
She has joined her own kind, Doctor. Old Bridget is a saint to the...
I believe I've learned all I need to know. I'm certain you've killed no one, but one day, I believe you'll cross the line.
Logic is a false prophet. Faith is the only path to salvation.
What do you mean?
We have been blessed with God's eternity. We are the instruments of his divine will. We shall feed the hungry forever and ever. Amen.
Strive to emulate your merciful nature, Sean, but it...
Give yourself over to God, Doctor. Expel your urges and kneel before the Lord in praise.
These urges... You know the hunger will never be satisfied.
I've come to embrace the everlasting craving. I have sworn to feed only upon the flesh of the dead. It is now my sacrament. Take, eat. This is my body. So saith the Lord.
I discover is vampire blood would enhance your metabolism, perhaps even heal you. If what old Bridget says is true, I'll give you some of mine.
I'd rather not. It would be extremely awkward.
You have no choice, Sean. It's the only way to protect your cheptel, those still amongst the living.
No, Dr. Reed. God made me this way. Who am I to disobey his will?
You believe that God's plan was for you to be abandoned at birth?
The Lord works in mysterious ways.
I can't imagine God intended for you to be molested by a priest in an orphanage. Drink, friend.
No.
I said kneel and drink. Now. It's locked, all right.
Another corpse thrown in the streets. Someone's playing a very sick game. I know this brooch. This is my mother's. A birthday gift from father. "29 Pretty Orchard Street." That's near Poplar's district. Why would this man carry off my mother's brooch? I must go.
Get back in the grave! Killing's all you
29 Pretty Orchard Street. This is it. What's in there for me? There's been a fight here. This window was shattered with violent force. Someone's been pulled through it and dragged through the street. Who could have done that?
It ain't human! Kill it! Get your weapons ready! It's the bad one! You'll pay for that!
Sled. Or worse.
Delete! Kill it! Have faith!
I have this thirst for blood. The marks on this woman's neck were made by the fangs of a vampire. This is the very flower my mother tossed on Mary's coffin. Only a golden watch in her pockets. Her shoes and clothes are quite worn out.
I see you.
Right then. It's a sick game. But given no choice in the matter, I might as well win it.
Jonathan.
What was that? I won't let you escape. You're very fast, but I'll catch you. They've all been butchered. I can still sense a presence. feel someone's eyes upon my neck.
Christ! Someone help! You! What have you done?
Vicar Larrabee, what happened?
Demon! Hell Scourge! Son of perdition!
Vicar! Jonathan's no demon. He's just a soul. Returned from the dead. Like your Christ, Vicar.
Mary, is it really you?
Oh, it's me, all right. Precious brother.
What is Mother doing here?
I'm gathering the family for a final reunion. All smiling, all dead. Thanks to the good Dr. Reed.
Mary.
Mother, say hello to your son.
Hello, Jonathan.
Mother,
What do we have here, Mother? The prodigal son has lost his tongue. Our Jonathan always had the first and last word at dinner. The entertainer, the star of our show.
I'm sorry. Let me explain.
Shut up. It's my turn to do the talking. I have this nasty hole in my chest, Johnny. It needs to breathe.
Of course. You can speak.
My prayers went so long without an answer. My husband, killed in France. My child, carried away by the flu. My brother promising to return in his letters, then disappearing in thin air. I went from hospital to hospital. Cemetery to cemetery. Grave to grave. I've lifted every stone in London, searching for an end to the nightmare. And there you were. In front of me. On a dark pier.
The hunger had taken me.
The joy to have finally found you. I longed for your arms, a final happy ending to so much tragedy, to tell me all would be well again, as you did when we were children. It was this filthy dock where you greeted your sister. I dug a tunnel from my grave with my fingers and teeth.
Mary. I thought I had murdered you. I tried to end myself. We've been through the same horror.
We are a disease, Jonathan. A sickness that corrupts all it touches. All we kiss, and all we kill. Look at me. Admire your ilk.
I'm so sorry.
Apologies will not suffice. I demand reparation. I want a miracle. Are you a miracle worker, Dr. Reed? No? I'll show you mine then. The family Reed, reunited and complete, living forever in a red sea of eternal love. Time to go, Mother. Say hello to my son for
Mary,
me.
wait. I have made friends with vital knowledge. Vampires. We are not alone, Mary. With time, we can learn to live almost as we lived before.
How long?
What?
How long will this masquerade continue? I've been watching you. All these nights in Whitechapel, pretending you're still a doctor. You believe you're just fighting a disease. But it's you, the disease. Jonathan, you!
I'm a scientist. I'll find a solution. Let our mother go, please.
You're always the one to sway me to reason, Jonathan. But before, your motivations were always pure. Now you're tainted.
Let her go! She has no part to play in this.
Very well. Have you heard our good doctor? You can go home, Mother. Go home and rest in peace.
Yes, I'll go home and rest.
It's so easy to make them obey or forget. Puppets for our pleasure. I've seen you have your fun.
You are mad.
Oh, so that's That's what I am, Doctor. Mad. I was beginning to wonder. I've been hearing these voices in my head. One in particular. That of my dead brother. This is the reason I must kill you. Not for your betrayal. Not for our poisonous kiss. Not even for the lies you tell yourself. No. It's so that smooth and wicked voice will stop ringing in my ear.
Mary. No, don't!
Time to die, brother. And this time for good. Killed me! Jonathan, kill him. Revel in your true nature. You spared the precious Nurse Crane, but not your own Mary. Well, brother, it's time to bring this conversation to an end. Forever.
You know I will not play this game.
Calm now, Doctor. Like a rabid dog. Or think you're performing an autopsy.
Don't be ridiculous.
I'll kill them all. The kind Dr. Swansea. The sweet little lass with hair of red. I am the Harbinger, bringing your punishment.
Mary.
Don't you see? This is not me. Flesh that never ages. All nightmare, no dream. Bring it to a close. Let me sleep.
I will find a cure, Mary. I swear it.
At last, I can forgive you.
Blood. As I shed one last red tear for my fallen sister. I realize the entire world now revolves around this singular word. The epidemic that has stricken London is not the Spanish flu. It is transmitted through the blood, via violent biting, turning survivors into frenzied immortals. I am Dr. Jonathan Reed. I am a vampire, born anew into an age of death and pestilence. While plotting factions close in around me, I am sworn to find the source of this epidemic. I am convinced greater perils are still to come. I know the answers I seek are hiding in our blood.
The flower's dying. It needs water. Good evening, sir.
So it is true.
Do you need any medical assistance?
Yes.
I will see you. Goodbye, Dr. Tibbets.
human! Kill it! Take a breath and in!
Swanborough cordial. Good evening.
You look ill, Miss... Well, they... Goodbye, Miss Swanborough.
It's locked. I can't believe I'm doing this.
Are you all right?
The bastard...
If you've been...
Name's out.
Do you need assistance?
Please.
There you go.
Very funny.
Goodbye, young man. Good evening, nurse.
Good evening.
Do you require...
I will be...
Nurse, you won't be able to help people if you're...
I'll try.
Goodbye, nurse. Call me if you need assistance.